Hello and welcome to another update video about DOT. DOT is caught in a correction like many other coins at the moment, and I'm not convinced that this correction that unfolds here at the moment, where my mouse is, that this is over. So let's talk about, first of all, the bigger picture, and then we zoom in and take a look at the microstructure and take a look at the relevant parameters. So here we can still see that we are tracking two scenarios. In the yellow count, which is currently not my preference, but probabilities are very close together. Either way, but all the scenarios I'm tracking here for DOT at the moment are bullish. One, however, allows for a deeper pullback. But in the yellow count, we have an ABC structure to the upside to form a larger A wave, which topped in December, a B wave pullback in the yellow count, and basically a C wave rally to the upside, which could take us to $24. Okay, maybe higher. It's not exact, but that's a key level that also looks right in terms of proportions when we consider the subwave structures and everything. So that's the yellow count. In this scenario, the March low ideally isn't broken anymore. If the March low is broken, which is I think around 850, we should be following the white count. The white count, however, is the preference as well. And in the white count, we have a 5-wave pattern to the upside from last year's low. It's a questionable 5-wave pattern. I mean, you can clearly see 5 waves, but it's a leading diagonal. You can normally not trust these patterns, but in a bullish market, ideally, it's going to follow through. In this scenario, the yellow support zone is going to be relevant all the way down to $4.60. Now, I'm not telling you that we come down all the way to 460, but it's relevant support. And in this scenario, we're now in this wave 2 correction, and let me zoom in a bit. And we started here with this swing high in March at around $11.90. We started a wave 2 pullback, A wave down. We're now in a B wave corrective rally, and then could see a C wave down. And we might only touch the upper boundary line of that lower support area, maybe around $7.50. So let's zoom into the 1 hour time frame. Here you can see in a little bit more, let me tidy that up a bit. You can see in a little bit more detail the corrective structure. We have an A wave to the downside. So far, 3 waves to the upside. Really messy structure, really messy. It would look better with one more high, but it doesn't really want to do it. I don't like to count this anymore as a 1, 2, 3, 4, even though it's holding support. But counting that as a wave 4 and then it doesn't even show an immediate reaction after reacting to the golden ratio level, no. So let's take that out. I mean, the idea was that if this is an ABC structure, it should get really one more high ideally, because then we can call the C wave a nice 5-wave pattern. But of course, it could be that it's just a WXY pattern and the B wave topped here. Okay, I leave it labeled as ABC, but it might have topped there. It reached the 50% Fibonacci retracement, which was the first level, exactly actually at $10, which was the first level here of the resistance area. So I will take out the micro support, really messy, and it's possible that the B wave topped. The 100% extension level of the A wave, which is an ideal C wave target, was at $9.80 anyway, so we got very, very close. I mean, we even broke slightly above it. Basically, the C wave reached target. It's just that the microstructure isn't very clearly a 5-wave move, but it reached the levels it needed to reach. Now, yeah, the B wave could have topped, but there's plenty of space for the B wave to still extend if it wants to. And it could easily do that by, for example, extending into a larger ABC structure. Okay, I just want to mention it. I'm not going to label it like that. It would take additional evidence, but this is a valid assumption, especially as long as we are holding above the $8.70 low. This is the 22nd of March low. So all I can share with you is, it's possible the B wave is topped. It's not very clear, but it looks a bit like a bear flag that's forming there. So it might give us a low from here. Okay, but I don't see a very clear setup. But this looks a bit like a small bearish flag there. Bit of an ascending, upside sloping channel, very messy. And that would typically be followed by a move to the downside. So I'm gonna I'm going to track that for you. In case we break above the recent high, I would, with the structure that we've got here, I would rather argue that this is an extension of Circle Wave B, and then we have the next resistance at $10.46 and $11.06. It takes a clear 5-wave move to suggest that something more bullish is unfolding, which we don't have at the moment, to be honest. Now, I cannot rule that out. I mean, that's the yellow count, which suggests that maybe a wave 2 is bottomed, but I don't see the clear 5-wave move up that I would need to see. So, yeah. And if we see further downside pressure, it would indicate that the C wave to the downside has started. And I will keep you updated about the latest developments. At the moment, we are still clearly caught in some kind of a correction. That's my update about DOT. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.